Roadhouse wasn't just an action film. It was raw energy, rebellion, and the unforgettable fire of Patrick Swayze. But behind the bar fights, the music, and the wild chaos lay real-life tragedies far more heartbreaking than anything on screen. Many beloved stars who made this cult classic iconic have since left us, taken by illness, addiction, and sudden loss. Stay with us. The truth behind the Roadhouse cast will shock you, move you, and stay with you forever. Brad Wesley didn't just terrorize Roadhouse. He dominated it with the chilling charm of a villain who smiled while tightening the noose around an entire town. Smooth, calculated, untouchable. Wesley wasn't loud. He was lethal in silence, ruling Jasper with a corrupt confidence that made every scene crackle with tension. His showdown with Dalton became one of the most unforgettable hero vs. villain clashes of the 80s, cementing Wesley as a cult classic antagonist whose menace still lingers decades later. Ben Gazzara, born August 28, 1930, was 58 when he brought Brad Wesley's icy charisma to life. Long before Roadhouse, he was already a respected actor with acclaimed performances in Anatomy of a Murder, Husbands, St. Jack, and numerous stage productions that showcased his raw, fearless talent. A longtime collaborator of John Cassavetes, Gazzara became known for emotional depth and magnetic intensity. Sorrowfully, he passed away on February 3, 2012, at 81, from pancreatic cancer. Though gone, his legacy remains etched in film history, especially every time Brad Wesley walks on screen and reminds audiences what a truly unforgettable villain looks like. Red Webster didn't just run a small-town auto shop in Roadhouse. He embodied the quiet resilience of a community pushed to the edge, a man whose worn voice and steady presence revealed the human cost of Brad Wesley's tyranny. Calm but unbreakable, Red became the emotional anchor of Jasper, a symbol of ordinary people standing up against impossible odds. His moments with Dalton gave the film its heart, reminding viewers that heroes don't always fight with fists. Sometimes they fight by refusing to give up. Red West, born March 8, 1936, was 53 when he brought depth and grit to Red Webster. But long before Roadhouse, he was already a Hollywood legend, known as a songwriter, stuntman, actor, and one of Elvis Presley's closest friends and original Memphis Mafia members. His career spanned films like Glory Road, Natural Born Killers, and the acclaimed Goodbye Solo, earning him widespread respect for his authenticity and rugged charm. Regrettably, Red West passed away on July 18, 2017 at 81 due to aortic aneurysm. Though gone, his presence in Roadhouse remains unforgettable, quiet strength carved into cinematic history. Emmett didn't just appear in Roadhouse. He became its beating moral compass, the weathered old farmer whose kindness, wisdom, and quiet courage stood in stark contrast to the violence swallowing Jasper. With every soft-spoken line and every weary glance, Emmett reminded audiences what Dalton was truly fighting for: the right of ordinary people to live in peace. His calm presence, his gentle humor, and his unwavering decency gave the film its soul, turning a small supporting role into something unforgettable. Sunshine Parker, born June 10, 1927, was 61 when he stepped into Emmett's boots. A beloved character actor, he built a career playing rugged, eccentric drifters and wise old men, appearing in classics like Tremors, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Bonanza, and countless westerns. His face, lined with experience, made him instantly recognizable, a living echo of American frontier storytelling. Heartbreakingly, Sunshine Parker passed away on February 17, 1999 at 71 by pneumonia. Though gone, his warm, grounded portrayal of Emmett continues to shine, proof that sometimes the quietest characters leave the loudest legacy. Jimmy didn't just enter Roadhouse, he tore through it like a storm, the kind of villain whose presence made the air feel sharper, darker, and dangerously unpredictable. Wild, explosive, unhinged. Jimmy became the brutal right hand of Brad Wesley, a menacing force whose violent energy pushed Dalton to his absolute limits. Their legendary Riverside Showdown remains one of the most intense, talked-about fight scenes of the 1980s, raw, iconic, and burned forever into action movie history. Marshall R. Teague, born April 16, 1953, was 35 when he stepped into Jimmy's boots, bringing not only acting talent, but real-life martial arts training that made every punch feel real. Beyond Roadhouse, he built a strong career across film and television with roles in Armageddon, The Rock, Babylon 5, Walker, Texas Ranger, and numerous action classics. Known for his discipline, physical presence, and professionalism, Teague earned respect both on and off screen. Today, he is 72 years old, still active, still sharp, and still beloved by fans who know that no one brought intensity to a fight scene quite like Marshall R. Teague. Cody didn't just play music in Roadhouse. He electrified the film with soul, grit, and a voice that cuts straight to the heart. Blind behind his iconic glasses, but unstoppable behind a guitar, Cody became Dalton's anchor in a world of chaos. Every note he played carried fire. Every lyric carried truth. He wasn't just the bar's musician. He was its heartbeat, the emotional bridge between calm and danger, laughter and violence, friendship and loss. Cody's presence made Roadhouse richer, deeper, unforgettable. Jeff Healey, born March 25, 1966, was only 23 when he brought Cody to life. Already a world-class blues guitarist, celebrated for his revolutionary lap-style playing. His real career soared far beyond the film. Grammy nominations, hit albums, global tours, and collaborations with legends like B.B. King and Stevie Ray Vaughan. A musical prodigy who lost his eyesight to cancer at 1 year old, Healey transformed adversity into art that inspired millions. Sadly, Jeff Healey passed away on March 2, 2008, at just 41 due to lung cancer. His music, his spirit, and his unforgettable turn as Cody ensure his legacy plays on, loud, powerful, and eternal. James Dalton didn't just walk into Roadhouse. He erupted onto the screen with a calm intensity that felt almost mythical. A lone warrior with a philosopher's heart, Dalton blended grace and violence like no character before him. Silent, controlled, deadly, yet capable of the deepest compassion. Fans still remember the way he moved, fluid, precise, almost poetic, as if every fight were a dance and every word carried the weight of a man who'd lived through too much. He wasn't just a bouncer, he was a code, a legend. Patrick Swayze, born August 18, 1952, was 36 when he embodied Dalton's raw spirit. By then, he was already a rising star with Dirty Dancing, and he would soon become an icon through Ghost, Point Break, and The Outsiders. Beloved for his talent, humility, and unbreakable work ethic, Swayze became one of Hollywood's most cherished leading men. Sadly, he passed away on September 14, 2009, at 57, after a courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. His legacy still hits like a punch to the heart, powerful, unforgettable, and forever alive each time Dalton steps into the bar. Wade Garrett didn't just enter Roadhouse. He arrived like a storm-worn legend, the kind of man whose very presence quiets a room. Older, tougher, wiser. A mentor carved from grit and heartbreak, delivering lines that felt like they were etched in stone. With every fight, every smirk, every gravel-voiced warning, Wade embodied the philosophy of a man who'd seen too much, yet still stood tall. Fans remember him as the soul of the film, the steady hand guiding Dalton, the warrior who fought with experience, not ego. A living reminder that heroes can age, but they never fade. Sam Elliott, born August 9, 1944, was 44 when he stepped into Wade Garrett's boots, bringing decades of quiet power and Western-rooted charisma. His career soared with unforgettable roles in Tombstone, Mask, A Star is Born, The Hero, and countless iconic voiceovers that became a genre of their own. Now, 80 years old, Elliot remains one of Hollywood's most beloved figures, steady, dignified, and timeless. And each time Wade Garrett limps into the double deuce, the legend of Sam Elliott burns just a little brighter. Frank Tilghman didn't just hire Dalton in Roadhouse, he sparked the fight for a town's soul. Calm but desperate, hopeful yet hardened by years of chaos at the double deuce, Tilghman became the quiet heartbeat of the story. He wasn't a fighter, but he carried the weight of everyone who depended on that bar. His plea for help, his trust in Dalton, and his determination to restore peace gave the film its emotional foundation. Through him, audiences felt the stakes, the fear, the pressure, the yearning for one final chance at redemption. Kevin Ty Gay, born August 13, 1944, was 44 when he captured Tilghman's weary resilience. Long before Roadhouse, he became a television icon as Roy DeSoto in Emergency, later earning acclaim in Lost, Matewan, 8 Men Out, and countless stage performances. A classically trained actor with a commanding presence, Gay built a career defined by depth and humanity. As of now, at 81 years old, enjoying a long, respected career and a quiet personal life. Though decades have passed, his portrayal of Tilghman remains a reminder of courage, dignity, and the power of believing in someone who can change everything. Pat McGurn didn't just stir trouble in Roadhouse, he embodied the greasy, swaggering chaos that Dalton was hired to clean up. Every smirk, every shove, every crooked grin made him the perfect spark in a bar ready to explode. As one of Brad Wesley's loyal henchmen, Pat brought tension to every scene he slithered into, reminding audiences that evil isn't always loud. Sometimes it lurks in the shadows, waiting to strike. His presence made the double deuce feel dangerous, unpredictable, and painfully real. John Doe, born February 25, 1953, was 35 when he brought Pat's sly menace to life. Long before and long after Roadhouse, he made his mark as a musician, punk rock pioneer, and actor, appearing in Great Balls of Fire, Roswell, Boogie Nights, and The Good Girl. Beyond film, he built a respected career in music with the band X, shaping the Los Angeles punk movement. Nowadays, at 72 years old, still creating, still performing, and still admired for a lifetime spent pushing artistic boundaries. His role remains a gritty, unforgettable part of Roadhouse history. Denise didn't just appear in Roadhouse. She stunned the screen with a mix of beauty, danger, and heartbreaking vulnerability that made her impossible to forget. As Brad Wesley's girlfriend trapped in a world of intimidation and violence, Denise became the soul of the film's quieter tragedies. Her bruises told stories her smile tried to hide. Her courage, standing up, dancing, refusing to break, became one of the movie's most powerful emotional undercurrents. She wasn't just eye-catching, she was symbolic of every woman trying to escape a tyrant's grasp. Julie Michaels, born July 20th, 1970, was just 18 when she delivered this magnetic performance. After Roadhouse, she built a remarkable career as both an actress and a groundbreaking stuntwoman, appearing in Point Break, Batman and Robin, Witchboard 2, and numerous action-heavy TV shows. Her work behind the scenes earned her immense respect in Hollywood, especially as a woman excelling in a field dominated by men. At present, at 55, Julie Michaels remains an influential force, an actress, stunt coordinator, mentor, and trailblazer whose talent and resilience continue to inspire a new generation of performers. Carrie didn't just appear in Roadhouse. She lit up every scene with raw attitude, smoky charisma, and a voice that cut straight through the chaos. As the sharp-tongued waitress at the Double Deuce, Carrie brought grounding humor and gritty honesty to a world filled with violence and tension. She wasn't afraid to speak her mind. She wasn't afraid to stare trouble in the eye. And in a film dominated by brawls and brutality, she became a breath of human warmth, tough, loyal, and unforgettable. Kathleen Wilhoit, born June 29, 1964, was 24 when she stepped into Carrie's boots. blending her acting talent with the musical edge she was already known for. Her career blossomed across film and television, with standout roles in Murphy's Law, Gilmore Girls, ER, Witchboard, Cop, and countless voice acting performances. A gifted singer-songwriter, she also released multiple albums showcasing her distinctive, soulful voice. This day at 61, Will Hoyt continues to act, write music, and lend her voice to animation, remaining a fiercely creative, beloved presence whose work spans generations and mediums. Jack didn't just step into Roadhouse. He crashed onto the screen with larger-than-life energy, unforgettable presence, and a comic edge that cut through the film's chaos. As one of the burly, rough-and-tumble regulars tied to Brad Wesley's operation, Jack embodied the raw danger and unpredictability of Jasper, bringing both intimidation and humor to every moment he appeared. He wasn't just muscle, he was attitude, swagger, and pure 1980s action movie flavor. Travis McKenna, born July 18, 1960, was 30 when he took on the role, adding it to a growing career built on memorable character work and physical comedy. He went on to appear in films like Twins, Robin Hood, Men in Tights, and The Nutty Professor, carving out a niche as a scene-stealing supporting actor. McKenna also worked in television and theater, showcasing a natural gift for timing and presence. These days, at 65, he remains a recognizable and respected character actor, celebrated for the bold, unforgettable roles that helped shape the golden era of action comedy cinema. Steve didn't just show up in Roadhouse, he slithered into the story with a dangerous smirk, reckless charm, and the kind of unpredictable energy that made every scene feel like a lit fuse. As one of Brad Wesley's most volatile henchmen, Steve embodied the raw, violent pulse of Jasper's criminal underbelly. Arrogant, cruel, unstable, yet impossible to look away from. His confrontations with Dalton added tension, grit, and unforgettable intensity to the film's relentless atmosphere, cementing Steve as one of the movie's most memorable antagonists. Gary Hudson, born March 26, 1956, was 33 when he brought Steve to life, showcasing a talent for portraying layered, dangerous characters. His career expanded across film and television, with standout roles in Cold Mountain, Smallville, American Horror Story, and numerous action and drama series. Known for his versatility, Hudson built a steady reputation as a compelling character actor. Now, at 69, he continues to work in the industry while maintaining a private personal life, still admired by fans who remember the raw intensity he delivered in every frame of Roadhouse. Morgan didn't just enter Roadhouse. He stormed into it with brute force, raw presence, and the intimidating aura of a man you never want to meet in a dark hallway. As one of Brad Wesley's most fearsome enforcers, Morgan embodied pure physical menace, towering strength, explosive temper, and a chilling loyalty to violence. Every punch he threw, every glare he delivered, pushed the film's tension higher, making him one of the story's most unforgettable threats. He didn't need long speeches, his fists did the talking. Terry Funk, born June 30th, 1944, was 44 when he brought Morgan to life, but his legacy extended far beyond film. A legendary professional wrestler, Funk became a global icon through his work in the NWA, ECW, WWF, and Japan, known for his fearless brawling style and unmatched longevity. He also appeared in films like Paradise Alley and Over the Top, showcasing natural screen charisma. Sorrowfully, Funk passed away on August 23, 2023, at 79, leaving behind a towering legacy in wrestling and entertainment, his toughness, heart, and unforgettable presence continuing to inspire millions. O'Connor didn't just appear in Roadhouse, he slid into the story like a shadow, the kind of dangerous presence that made you uneasy long before he ever threw a punch. As one of Brad Wesley's loyal enforcers, O'Connor embodied that cold, silent threat that lurked behind every corner of Jasper. He wasn't loud. He wasn't flashy. But every scene he appeared in carried a tension that made fans lean in closer, waiting for the explosion they knew was coming. His intimidation didn't rely on size, it relied on stillness, attitude, and the promise of violence. Michael Ryder, born February 24, 1952, was 37 when he took on the role, blending menace with realism in a way that helped shape the film's gritty tone. Beyond Roadhouse, Ryder built a steady career with appearances in Narc, Without a Trace, Knight Rider, and numerous television roles throughout the 80s and 90s. Today, Ryder is 73 years old, enjoying a quiet life away from the spotlight while remaining a recognizable face to fans of classic action cinema. Ketchum didn't just step into Roadhouse, he struck like a coiled whip, sharp, deadly, and unforgettable. As one of Brad Wesley's most ruthless enforcers, he brought a cold precision to every confrontation, moving with the confidence of a man who knew he was dangerous. His scenes crackled with tension. His presence alone shifted the energy. And when the action exploded, Ketchum delivered the kind of brutal intensity that helped cement Roadhouse as a staple of 80s action cinema. Anthony DeLonghi, born March 23, 1950, was 38 when he took on the role, already known in Hollywood as a master of stunts, swordplay, and whip artistry. His career spans decades, from Highlander and Masters of the Universe to Star Trek, Queen of Swords, and major stunt coordination work. DeLonghi has trained stars like Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jet Li, and Angelina Jolie, earning a legendary reputation behind the camera as well. Currently, at 75, he remains active as an actor, stunt performer, and weapons expert. Still precise, still passionate, and still one of the most respected action craftsmen in the industry. Dr. Elizabeth Clay didn't just step into Roadhouse. She glided in like a breath of calm in a world built on bruises, violence, and chaos. With her quiet strength, fierce intelligence, and disarming beauty, she became Dalton's anchor, the one presence capable of softening the hardened edges of a man who lived by discipline and danger. Every glance, every tender moment, every moral stand she took added heart to a film defined by grit, turning her into one of the most unforgettable love interests of 80s action cinema. Kelly Lynch, born January 31, 1959, was 30 when she embodied Doc, already rising fast in Hollywood with roles in Cocktail and Bright Lights' Big City. After Roadhouse, she continued to shine in Drugstore Cowboy, Curly Sue, and Charlie's Angels, showcasing remarkable emotional range. Away from the screen, Lynch built a life grounded in creativity, marriage, and motherhood. In 2025, at 66 years old, still admired for her elegance, talent, and the timeless impact of the woman who healed Dalton's world with compassion and quiet fire. Karpis didn't just show up in Roadhouse. He prowled through it like a live wire, the kind of unpredictable, sharp-edged presence that made Brad Wesley's crew feel truly unhinged. With his cold stare and coiled menace, every scene he entered crackled with tension, making him one of the film's most memorable enforcers. He wasn't the loudest villain, but he was the one audiences knew could snap at any second. Joe Unger, born May 25, 1949, was 40 when he brought Karpis to life, already carving out a strong career in character acting. Before Roadhouse, he appeared in A Nightmare on Elm Street, Mask, and Escape from New York, showcasing his talent for gritty, intense roles. His later work in Lethal Weapon, The Bodyguard, and numerous TV series solidified him as a reliable, recognizable face in Hollywood. Presently, Unger is 76 years old and remains respected for his decades of versatile performances, his role as Karpis still standing as one of his most unforgettable turns. Ernie Bass enters Roadhouse with the effortless cool of a man who's seen every corner of the world and still walks with unshakable confidence. Smooth-voiced, sharp-eyed, and always a step ahead, he brings a grounded presence to the chaos around him, adding humor, attitude, and a quiet toughness that instantly makes him unforgettable. Even with limited screen time, Ernie radiates authority, the kind of character who doesn't need to shout to dominate a room. His charisma sticks with audiences long after the credits roll. Keith David, born June 4, 1956, was 32 years old when he played Ernie, already on the rise after standout roles in Platoon and They Live. His deep, resonant voice and commanding screen presence made him one of the most recognizable actors of his generation, later starring in Armageddon, Barbershop, The Princess and the Frog, Greenleaf, and countless acclaimed voice acting roles. These days, Keith David is 69, still thriving in film, television, animation, and theater. A living legend whose unmistakable voice and powerful performances continue to captivate audiences around the world. Thank you for revisiting the world of Roadhouse with us. The legends we lost may be gone, but their fire, their talent, and the energy they brought to the screen will live on forever. If this tribute moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your memories of the cast. More timeless Hollywood stories await, right here on Vintage Heritage 60s.